Quazi here, and in today's video, I want to share with you how stopping affirmations made me 600K in my business over the last 5 months, and why stopping affirmations was the best thing I ever did. By the end of this video, I'm going to share with you what to actually do instead of just doing affirmations and an actionable plan you can use to implement every single day so you begin to see your reality being shaped according to your intention right before your very eyes. All right, so please stick around to the very end of this video. I'm really excited to share this with you. Today's video is about stopping affirmations and why stopping affirmations was the best thing I ever did. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Quazi. Johir. Over the past 4 years, I've literally manifested everything that I've ever wanted in my life. Perfect health, found the woman of my dreams, got married to her, grew a business from absolute zero to over 7 figures, and now I'm living my dream life in South Florida. And I moved here like a couple years ago. We just bought this little house. I'm enjoying life. My goal with this channel is to share with you tools that you can use every single day to create your reality so that you can experience the same. And today I want to share with you why affirmations are so toxic and why most people misunderstand affirmations. So let's begin with the problem with affirmations. I want you to take a minute and really ponder on this. The real problem with affirmations is the place that most people come from when they do them. When people do affirmations, they come from a place of lack, thinking that this affirmation is going to solve their problem. But the initial state from which they approach the activity of the affirmation is of lack. So it's kind of like this. You know, a lot of people want to do something. We want to take action to grow a business. But if you didn't even have a glimmer of hope, if you didn't even see the possibility of being successful in an endeavor, why would you do it? You wouldn't even do it with all your heart. Your action would be different if the intention it was coming from was, all right, I'm just going to give it a try, see what happens. I know it's going to fail. And that's exactly what happens, right? If you go into an exam or a test thinking you're going to fail it, then that's exactly what's going to happen. So you're shooting yourself in the foot when you do that. And that's exactly what most people do with affirmations. They believe that something's going to change. The problem is that the intention isn't in the correct place. The affirmation actually becomes a patch or a band-aid that we try to put on the problem. So you see a lot of people who are unconfident and have low self-image start to use affirmations. They try to tell themselves that, hey, oh, I'm so confident, I'm so happy. And it's almost like they're forcing themselves to feel this way. In reality, they don't believe it. They're trying to mask it. They're trying to cover up for it. And the more they keep telling themselves this actually becomes a form of resistance for your current state. So if I'm feeling crappy and I try to tell myself, no, you don't feel crappy, you're actually happy. There you go, you're happy. Let's do a little dance, pretend that I'm happy. Let's just force ourselves to smile, because apparently when you smile, you release some hormones and it makes you happier. No, what you're actually doing is you're stuffing down what you're already feeling naturally right now in this moment. Instead of dealing with it, instead of properly processing those feelings, you're stuffing them down and trying to patch it up with your affirmation. And that is the problem. That is the real reason people never see permanent transformation happen in their lives. I've been working with over 900 clients, and this is the number one problem that I see, that we see with our clients, why they never get any sort of lasting transformation until they come to us. They keep jumping from one self-improvement seminar to the other, they keep reading books, but they never see any sort of permanent change, and it's because they slap band-aids on it. So my goal with you is to teach you like permanent, like real core principles that actually produce a lasting transformation in your life, not just a temporary one, right? I want to exemplify this with my story and why I failed and how I realized this. Back when I got started in this journey of just growing my own business, I had a lot of confidence issues, right? I came in, I started making these YouTube videos, I wanted to get clients, I wanted to coach, but I didn't believe I was good enough to coach. And if you go back to some of my old videos, you'll even see like just a change in demeanor. I was different, you know, I conveyed myself differently back then. I had something to prove. And because of that, I always felt like I had a chip on my shoulder, like someone would call me out. I felt like an imposter, right? And I had to deal with this. I had to learn how to properly process this and introduce the new programming, the new way of how I would like to view myself. But that didn't happen immediately, right? That happened over time. And what I'm going to share with you is going to help you do that over time and build strong, sustainable foundations for your self-image. And so when I got started off, I had to continually convince myself that, oh, no, you're good enough, you're good enough. And the more I kept doing that, the more I kept resisting my current self. So stop and think about this for a second. Do confident people need to tell themselves that they're confident? Really, truly confident people, do they ever need to tell themselves, I'm confident? Yeah, I'm confident. No, they don't. They just know that they're confident. They don't even question their confidence. They're so one with this confidence, they don't even think to question this confidence. So the more you need to keep telling yourself something, the more you're trying to cover up for something, the more you're trying to patch something up, the more you're actually saying to yourself, you're not happy. The more you keep telling yourself, you're happy, I'm happy, the more you're actually subconsciously telling yourself that you're not happy. Why would you need to tell yourself you're happy if you were truly deep down happy? That would be a realization, wouldn't it? That's what most people do. They don't have the realization that they are something. There's always a separation from their current state of being to their desired state of being. And they keep this separation intact by putting their goals on a pedestal, by putting the partner that they want to be with on a pedestal, by putting the job that they want to get to, or the career, or the business, or the income that they want to make on a pedestal. They put themselves here and they put their goals up here, instead of seeing and feeling entitled to whatever it is they want, instead of believing that it's their birthright to be able to get what they want. That's why I failed. I also put all of those things on a pedestal. But as soon as I started to realize, deep down, I had this realization shift and identity shift. Okay, throughout this channel, I talk about the identity shift. And that's why I talk about it, because it's the single most powerful thing you can do. Once you start to change the way you view yourself, your reality begins to change, because you see yourself differently in this reality. You see yourself having a different function, a different part in this reality. And recently, a friend of mine actually texted me and he was telling me how the identity shift was so powerful for him, because he didn't see himself as someone who goes to the gym regularly. And because of that, he stopped going to the gym for a while. And mind you, this is a 7-figure business owner, right? A 7-figure business owner is texting me, telling me, hey, I haven't been going to the gym consistently in a while, but as soon as I started to see, hey, I'm the kind of person who actually consistently goes to the gym. That's exactly what happened. He had the realization that that's who he is. And then missing a day in the gym feels unnatural. I want you to get to a point where you not achieving your goal, you not being the ideal self, feels unnatural for you. That's the state you want to get to. That's why I failed, until I got to the place where being a revolutionary coach, being a 7-figure business owner became second nature to me. It became natural to me. Until that happened, I always struggled. How I overcame all of this wasn't by doing affirmations, but actually just making a minor tweak to the affirmations, learning one missing piece to the affirmations, which is simply the confirmation. Okay, I want you to drill this so deep in your mind, you remember this for the rest of your life. Why do I say that? What is a confirmation? I want you to consider this for a second. If I tell myself that I'm confident, I'm trying to reprogram my mind to believe that I'm confident. But there is no evidence that I am confident, because I keep looking at instances where I am not confident. Why do I do that? Why do I keep belittling myself? Why do I keep judging myself and putting myself down? Because it's a conditioned way of living. It's how I've been living up until this point in my life, right? Because I've been so accustomed to living this way, I feel a dopamine spike of telling myself that I'm a piece of shit. That's what happens to most people who keep putting themselves down. They don't have a healthy self-image because they've heard someone, maybe a parent, tell them that they're not good enough. They've heard someone tell them like, hey, you won't ever be successful in a business. You'll never be a successful business owner. Or simple things like your handwriting will never be good. So they start to believe all of these things, and that becomes their self-image. And they go around trying to confirm instances of where that's true. And that's become a conditioned way of living, an identity, okay? So now you're naturally confirming for what you were conditioned with. Our task here is to change that conditioning. Once I changed this conditioning, I started to make a lot more money in my business. I shit you not. I went from 0 to 7 figures within a year of starting my business. I started making 100 grand a month every single month, just by viewing myself as someone who is entitled, who is worthy of that. You can do that too. There is no reason why you can't. And this is the missing piece that'll allow you to do that if you're someone who you find you're struggling with self-confidence issues. You don't find that you're confident charging the prices that you want, or you don't find that you're confident being the coach that you want. You don't feel like your clients listen to you. They don't take you seriously. This is how I fixed all of those issues, and how I started to come from a place of authority, because I started to view myself as that. So now let's look at something that will make this much clearer for you. We always begin with the affirmation, right? The affirmation is simply us saying to ourselves what we would like to see. We have a goal, we have certain characteristics that we need in order to be worthy of the goal, and we feel, hey, if I were a little more confident, I know I would crush it at sales. I know I would crush it in my business. That's the affirmation. I am more confident. But you don't immediately believe that because you have no proof, or you're not conditioned to looking for proof. So now you need to almost override that natural process of belittling yourself. Turn the other cheek, like Jesus Christ would say. Turn the other cheek to all of the flaws and everything that's wrong in your current reality. Withdraw your attention from it and simply put your attention to anything that proves this affirmation. That is so important. You need to find confirmation that this, I am confident, I'm a successful business owner, is coming to life. When we combine the affirmation with a confirmation, do you know what happens? Something extremely powerful happens. This is the birth of realization. Why do you think all of these yogis and enlightened masters, they talk of realization? The realization is when we become one with our desired reality. Once the affirmation, the inner statement or the inner intention gets combined with the confirmation, the outer statement or the outer intention, you see actual proof of it, there's harmony between that, then a realization is born. How can this not be? Please think about it. How can this not be? If I tell myself I'm confident and I see proof that I am confident, people are reacting and receiving me well, I talk to a prospective client and they respond to me well, the deal closes, or they literally tell me like, this is the best conversation I've had with someone. How can I not believe that I'm confident then? There is no way. There is no way. This is when it becomes an irrefutable truth. It becomes your reality. So once you start to confirm over time, this will become a realization. By the way, I talk about this whole process of identity shifting in so much more detail, and I made an unlisted training that shows you how to do it and how I actually did it and documented my whole journey from going from 5K a month to growing my business to doing over 150K a month every single month. So the link for that is in the description below. Just go ahead and check that out. I promise you that will go into so much more depth than what I'm doing here. It's around 27 minutes long. Give that video a check out. I promise you that will be a complete game changer for you. That is what we want to do here. Now I want to give you 3 keys for you to begin seeing this confirmation happen and override that natural reactive process that you already have of you belittling yourself and looking for proof of the wrong things. How do we go about this methodology of seeing permanent change happen in our realities? Here's how. Key number 1, you want to set some sort of a goal and traits required for you to achieve your goal. And by traits, I mean character traits. Who do you need to be in order to effortlessly achieve this goal? When I mean effortlessly achieve this goal, I mean living from this goal every single day. If you were to visualize your ideal scene, let's say you want to be a very successful business owner. Maybe you want to be a 20K a month business owner, right? You're currently generating around 5K a month in your business. You want to get to multiple 6 figures. And you find that if you fix your confidence problems, if you were a little more confident in your pitch, in your marketing strategy, if you reached out to more prospects, if you were a little more confident, you could do all of those things with a lot more ease. So maybe you set the affirmation of, I am a confident salesperson. I am an exceptional salesperson and my prospects are begging to work with me. Maybe that's your affirmation. Completely fine. That's an example I'm giving you. This can be applied for anything. You set the goal. I need to get to 20K a month. In order to do that, I need to be a confident salesperson. My prospects are begging to work with me, right? I'm using extravagant language here because extravagant language invokes feeling. And the goal here is we want to think feelingly. Because when we think feelingly, a combination of thought and feeling brings about this reprogramming of the subconscious mind. It brings our reality from mind to actual physical material. Number 2, what you want to do is every single day, find and record 1 confirmation. Daily, I want you to find and record 1 confirmation that this is coming to life. What could be a confirmation? Anything little. At first, it's going to seem stupid to you because we start to judge our manifestations, right? The reality doesn't discern, it doesn't discriminate like that. It doesn't see things as a small manifestation or a big manifestation. Small things such as getting attention from someone, or like you go to the coffee shop and a cute girl smiles at you, versus you make $1 million and win the lottery. It's all the same to reality. right? It doesn't see it as different events. Find and record one confirmation daily, no matter how little, that proves that you're becoming more confident every day, that you're becoming a better salesperson every day. To give you a direct example of how I did this, I was making these videos. I set the affirmation of becoming more of an engaging speaker, of becoming someone who's making better videos. More people are receiving my videos better. I'm growing in subscribers. And I did that back when I was having like 0 subscribers, right? But when I started to look for confirmation and I was recording it daily, I was actually taking screenshots of good comments that I had. I was taking the 1 or 2 good comments. There's always hate, but I never look at the hate, because the more you give attention to hate, the more it becomes your reality. So the 1 or 2 good comments that I had, I would take a screenshot of them and I would look at them daily, right? That to me is confirmation. That to me gets me into that state of realization. The affirmation of me being a confident video maker, a good video maker, and the confirmation of people receiving it well. The 1 or 2 little things. That's what I cherished every single day until I got to this point. It grows larger. It grows into an avalanche. That's number 2. And number 3, begin to realize. Simply begin to realize that you have already become that which you want to be. There is no separation. You already are. Imagine your current character, your whole physical body has all of a sudden been possessed by your ideal self. This is going to sound a little bit freaky, but imagine you're being showered with the feelings of how you would feel once the goal is achieved. And you try to keep it alive for as long as possible, every single day. And from that place, you do what's necessary in your business right now. For example, when I wanted to grow my business from 5K to 20K a month, I looked at how would the 20K a month business owner be right now? How would the 20K a month business owner react to this refund request from a client? How would this 20K a month business owner solve this marketing problem? How would this 20K a month business owner react to this client or support this client? How would they feel as they're doing this? Because the actions that you take, they don't matter. They literally don't matter at all. It's the place they're coming from. Remember, initially we talked about the state from which we do these affirmations. If we're taking these actions from a place of fear, then it will propagate more fear, more instances, more situations that bring more fear into our lives. And that is the final key. Stay in that realization. Stay with that feeling for as long as you can, and everything else will take care of itself. So with that, I conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little bell there so you're notified of any new video that I put up. And also, please make sure you check out that unlisted training I made for you that goes into detail with the whole identity shifting process and gives you a step-by-step of how to go from 5K a month to 140K a month by changing your mind, changing your identity. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.